Hey guys, I'm guessing you guys are looking to play some Frost Death Knight, cause that's what this video is gonna be posted as. Um, Frost is really, I know a little bit of blood, but it's almost pointless in PvP. So honestly, if you're looking into doing PvP, please don't go blood. Um, as far as that goes, I don't know anything about Unholy, so you're going to get a lot of Frost tutorial for me. Um, so first things first, I'm gonna go through talents here. Um, this I use just like as a secondary. I usually just pop it when there's a lot of crowd control needed and spreading. Uh, this it might be an actually better talent. I don't know as far as arenas because this you kind of need to sacrifice runes and kind of disrupt your rotation to um spread the diseases onto usually pets in 2v2 or 3v3. Um, so I usually use this that way when there's a lot of people close together. Just hit that, the diseases go instantly, and it actually keeps them up for a while. Alright, as far as these, um, I used to go Lichborn, but you have to save up your runic power, and I just love spamming this Frost Strike and taking people's health down pretty significantly. So I'm using Anti-Magic Zone, which is actually fantastic. If you can pop Anti-Magic Zone, pull them in and root them with Chains of Ice, um, them, including their whole team, can't do jack worth of damage to you, really. Uh, and you can put some damage on whoever's in there. Also, you could grip them in and asphyxiate them. I love asphyxiate for arenas, but I go chillblains for BGs because you don't really need asphyxiate. You don't really need that stun if you're in a group. You don't really need that stun if you know you're fighting a guy that you can obviously obliterate in a couple of hits. So I go chillblains just so that I can stick up to people and have a lot of fun. Um, I always go Death Pact. The cooldown is a 2-minute cooldown, which, as far as duels, a Death Knight should be able to last 2 minutes. That's, you know, if I go into Blood Presence, which you should never not be in Blood Presence, if you look at the health difference, we're going 393 up to 455. You always want to be in Blood Presence. Um, so Death Pact, it's given me a 225,000 damage heal right off the back. And if I'm in trouble or if they're focusing me and I'm spamming Death Strike, my health isn't even going to go down that slow. So that half a life heal is super significant. I always use it. Death Siphon is a load of crap. Honestly, like 30 damage or 30,000 health per thing you're using your death runes, you're going to like destroy your rotation. I can get off like 2 obliterates and 2 death siphons, and I need to save those runes for death siphon if I even want to use it a lot of the times, or else it's a waste of death rune. And conversion, as far as conversion, it's not real good in arenas. I mean, I guess you could use it in BGs, but like I said, spamming that frost strike is really good. I'm hitting against geared people about 60 to 65k on a frost strike proc. So honestly, I would use your runic power as damage. But that's up to you. Okay, so as far as this one you don't really need unless you're using a lot of death stuff. So like death siphon or really it's just for death siphon kind of stuff where like also plague leech goes with stuff like that where you just get that death rune right away. Um, I don't really like that at all because it kind of destroys what you're doing down here with your other skills. I mean, if you can figure it out and chain it up perfectly to where you can just death siphon the living hell out of someone, it might actually be worth it, but you're gonna have to mess with that. This, I don't know. I tried it. It's okay, but the death rune, like I said, it's for this. So, you know, I go with this. It gives me a lot more generation, 100%, which doubles, and that's every time I frost strike. So, and I frost strike a lot. So, pop frost strike, and everything else cools down faster, which gives me more frost strikes, which is it just is so helpful. As far as these, I definitely would say desecrated ground. Remorseless winter is a massive tell. You pop that, and everyone's like, "There's remorseless winter." I used it for 5.1 and 5.2, but that was because I was clueless, and I finally realized that it only works about 25% of the time. You rarely get this done. Against hunters, this would actually be a decent thing against hunters, because they pop all their pets on you. You pop remorseless winter, and I magic shield, and they're not doing that much damage to you, and then all the pets stun. You can do whatever you want with the hunter. And that's as far as talents. Now, glyphs. This stuff is not set in stone. I just made a new character on a new server, so this would be my second Death Knight, and what I'm doing is always go into magic shield, because that 70% means that your health is still going down, and that's 24%, so it's a decent little defense. But throw this on there, and you have a bubble, and a spammable bubble. I'm talking 45-second cooldown bubble against magic. That's super awesome. Now, Death and Decay, I like using this because it's a decent route. You pop it there, or you pop chains of ice. Sorry, guys. You pop chains of ice, and that slows, or that roots them. Then you throw Death and Decay on them, and that way you get to them, and then you're popping damage, and they can't get out of that Death and Decay, which is also doing significant damage. Death and Decay really doesn't do that much damage unless they're in there for almost the whole time. So if you get this glyph, your Death and Decay can actually be used as a tool of destruction. Now, Death Coil on allies. I was just using this in Arena. It actually isn't as good as I thought. I used it in Cataclysm, and it worked some of the time, but I was pretty much being carried during Cataclysm, because that I had like a crap ton of work to do, so I was only playing like 2 days a week, which was life. I'm just kidding. Alright, so if we take a look at the other ones, you know, Outbreak, that would actually not be too bad. I know a lot of people go out and just pop Outbreak right away. The thing about it is it Outbreak gets dispelled. Um, the the stuff that it gives is I'm so dumb right now. Frost Fever and Blood Plague, they do not last 1 minute, not at all. So this will actually give you a ton of ability to do that. If you're spamming Frost Strike, that's fine, but diseases are huge for Death Knights, which um in all honesty, if you get the glyph of Outbreak and take the Rolling Blood instead, it would actually be able to spread your diseases, and you'll be able to do it quite often, actually. Um, Icy Touch, that is super awesome. You can just like take shields off and stuff, but the reason I don't use it is because Icy Touch is like, I honestly don't know why I don't use it. I'm just kind of testing this stuff out. in all honesty, go Icy Touch, because if you can put Icy Touch down here instead of Death of or Glyph of Death Coil, that would be just fantastic. It would actually help you a lot, especially against priests, stuff like that. Icebound Fortitude. I know a lot of people are saying they're gonna like this because it gets you out of stuns, but um, the cooldown is 3 minutes, and honestly, you've got your double trinket plus that, plus your allies can dispel like fears and shit like that. Well, if you're playing with a priest, Um, so honestly, this is like 3 freaking trinkets. You don't really need to reduce the cooldown because that's ridiculous. Not very often is someone gonna CC you so much that you have to trinket that much because you can eat one, stuff like that. Death Grip, fun, increases your range, but I'm on them almost the whole time, so not really needed. Yeah, so that's kind of a look at what I'm doing. Uh, please let me know if there's anything wrong, and let's go and tell you how I play the Death Knight. Like I said, I'm really out of it today. So first thing, I think I definitely already told you this, but never don't be in blood presence. I'm not kidding. The amount of defense you have is just stupid awesome. I'm talking like going from people taking your health down to half in a matter of seconds while spamming Death Strike, or taking it down like 10%. Spamming Death Strike, I mean, it's super awesome. Now, my DPS isn't fantastic, but when bursting, you control your runes and you take these 2 death runes as, a rune, because Obliterate is using Unholy and Frost. So that's going to give you 3 Obliterates. Now, you might think that's kind of dumb, but then you've got your Frost Strikes, and you've got those procs. Now, as soon as it comes back around, it's so smooth. Watch. Boom. 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 Pop this. Okay. I am. Yesterday it worked perfect. I don't know what's going on, but okay. So, what I originally was doing? See, look at this. Now it's going. Boom. You're just like almost always constantly attacking, and for like freaking massive amounts of damage. You're getting those procs. Boom. Keep that. Spread it out a lot. And then there's the lockout here. You just pop empowering rune weapon, and it's good. I always save my empowering rune weapon. This is what I do. So when fighting, you get the idea is if you just open full burst, unless you can like completely one-shot macro them, it's pointless. So what I do is I fight them until I get low. Then I asphyxiate them, pop empowerment rune weapon, and then 3 obliterates should literally like take them out. Finish them with a bunch of frost strikes. Then when it's done, chains of ice them. Just stay on them because you should be able to finish them. I mean, like if you saw those numbers, it's like stupid awesome. Now, that was on a freaking 85 dummy. Like, you wanna see how pathetic I was today? This is on an 85 dummy, going 41k DPS. Yesterday, I was going on an Elite 90 dummy at 7 stars, and I was going 66k. So, I'm really out of it today, but that's the thing. Now, also, Soul Reaper. It's actually not that bad. Pop it at like 40% health and then spam your burst, and then that'll give you that little tiny extra damage. I never ever use it. Honestly, my obliterate hits 2 or 3 times harder than the Soul Reaper. So I just would rather get off a proc obliterate than like hit Soul Reaper and have to wait for a whole freaking cooldown to use obliterate again. So that's what I got for ya. Also, in arena asphyxiate, remember BG's Chillblains with asphyxiate. Number one must need every single DK in the whole world should get a focus macro where it targets. So if you look, boom, set focus, okay, I'm going on this guy, and it's like, alright, shoot, I need to stun this guy because polymorph is out or something. You're running with a mage, polymorph is out, and we need some more CC. It's like, oh, guess what? Boom, this guy's stunned, and then keep going, and he's immune. So I'm an idiot, but as you can see, it targets my focus and stuns him instantly. Just single click of a button, boom. Then you go back on your target and keep at it. So yeah, good luck with your Frost Death Knights, and I will see you later. But I won't actually see you. I'll probably just talk to you. So, TTYL, peace out, all those good stuff, and I'll bring you some actual Frost Death Knight BGs and maybe some arena in the future. So, have an awesome day, and it was nice tutorializing you. See ya.